Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, has been very pleased with Lewis Hamilton's performance at the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne, the season-opening race of the 2026 F1 Championship under the brand-new technical regulations. This marks Hamilton's first race weekend in Ferrari red after a challenging 2025 transition year with the team, where adaptation issues and a lack of podiums dominated headlines. Vasseur has repeatedly emphasized that 2026 feels like a fresh start for the seven-time world champion, starting from scratch with a new car, the SF26, new regs favoring different driving styles, and Hamilton now far more integrated into the team's development process after months of involvement. The weekend kicked off promisingly in practice, where Hamilton surprised both Leclerc and Vasseur with his quick adaptation and competitive pace. Reports highlighted him setting strong times early, feeling more comfortable in the SF26 than anticipated, and delivering feedback that aligned well with the car's characteristics. Vasseur noted the positive vibes from Friday sessions, calling it a productive build-up and expressing satisfaction with how Hamilton was settling in. Qualifying proved tougher for Ferrari overall. They didn't quite put everything together, ending up with Leclerc in P4 and Hamilton in P7, around 0.8 to 1.0 seconds off Mercedes pole-sitting George Russell. Vasseur described Saturday as tough, but stressed the race pace would tell the story. Come race day, it delivered excitement. Leclerc made a rocket start from P4, surging into the lead ahead of Russell, and the two swapped positions multiple times in the opening laps, up to 7 lead changes in the first 10 or 12 laps. Hamilton, starting P7, nailed his getaway and ran as high as third, pressuring the frontrunners closely. For those early stages, Ferrari had both cars right in the mix at the sharp end, battling wheel to wheel in what Vasseur called one of the best opening stints you'd seen in years. Honestly, the first 10 laps of the race, I'm not sure that I saw something like this in the last 10 years. This is where Vasseur's key comments come in. He was thrilled to see two Ferraris fighting at the top, underlining the massive benefits. Quote, "It's important to have two cars in front. Hamilton? Having two machines is important, both in terms of points, but also in terms of performance, and also for development and improvements. I am very happy to have two cars fighting at the top." He praised the double car presence for scoring solid constructor points, Leclerc P3 for 15, Hamilton P4 for 12, gathering dual performance data and applying pressure on rivals like Mercedes. Hamilton's drive stood out to him. The Brit adapted seamlessly, matched or closed on Leclerc at times, felt great in the car, and even said post-race he was closing the gap to his teammate late on. Quote, "A couple more laps and I think I would have had Charles," end quote. Vasseur viewed this as proof of Hamilton's quick integration and the car's potential. The big controversy? Strategy during a virtual safety car on lap 11 after Issa Qajar's Red Bull retirement. Mercedes pitted both cars for fresh tires under the low speed period, gaining a huge advantage. Ferrari opted to keep both Leclerc, then leading, and Hamilton out, betting Mercedes might need a second stop and that tire wear, higher than expected overall, would play into their hands later. It didn't. Mercedes one-stopped successfully to a comfortable 1-2, Russell win, rookie Kimi Antonelli P2, while Ferrari pitted later, Leclerc lap 25, Hamilton lap 28, and dropped back. Hamilton was frustrated on radio. "At least one of us should have come in," end quote, and post-race suggested it cost a podium shot, though he stayed mostly positive overall. Vasseur, however, stood firm with no regrets. He explained they expected different tire degradation, were surprised by how well Mercedes tires held, quote, "We could have done 350 laps with those," end quote, and saw the decision as calculated. He highlighted Ferrari's strong recovery on older tires and insisted the race pace, closing gaps despite the call, proved their true form, far better than qualifying suggested. Leclerc echoed this, calling P3 the best we could do and downplaying regrets. Overall, Vasseur left Australia optimistic. Ferrari recovered from a tricky Saturday, showed race day strength, left in a good shape, and sits as clear best of the rest behind dominant Mercedes. Surprises like elevated tire wear and the thrilling early battles, aided by new regs like overtake road, bode well, even if updates are needed to close the gap. For Hamilton specifically, it's a huge confidence boost. Quick adaptation, solid points, and Vasseur's clear praise signal a strong foundation for the Hamilton-Leclerc era in this reset era. Ferrari's opening weekend looks genuinely promising despite the strategy sting. Mercedes still leads, but the Scuderia has the pace to fight. Do you think they'll challenge for wins soon, or was this a one-off flash? What part excites you most about 2026 so far?